Welcome. Thank you for joining. Thank you for connecting to the broadcast. I appreciate you for joining. Thank you so much for joining the broadcast. I appreciate you wherever you're connecting from. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for connecting to the broadcast. Share the broadcast on your platform. Share it to family and friends. Share it in your WhatsApp group. Let us have a very quick one. It's not going to take your time. Just going to be a very short broadcast to talk about some very important and relevant issues in the cause of our freedom. A lot of things are going on and we must not keep silent. That is why we're here. We're here to speak about things that is about to happen when they have not happened. We don't leave any stone unturned. We talk about all issues. We must not lose focus. We have to continue to do what we know how to do best. Continue to send information across and continue to pass the informations. Let people know what is going on. A lot is going on in the struggle for Biafra. A lot is going on and we must not be silent. We must not allow things to continue to go wrong. We have to continue to speak about issues when they happen, wherever they happen. Whenever we see things that are going wrong, we have to talk about it. And today we are going to address a very important issue, something that concerns every one of us. It is very important that we talk about it and we must have to speak about it. Our people are getting distracted. So many people are getting distracted from the real thing. People are busy talking about things that are irrelevant. People are very busy focusing on blackmail of their own brother, blackmail of their own sisters, blackmail of their fellow agitators, instead of focusing on the real enemy. Instead of focusing on the real enemy. You're welcome, my sister. Thank you so much for joining. We must have to focus on the real enemy. The real enemy is real. When we are talking about the real enemy, every one of us know whom the real enemy is. But some of us have chosen to fight their own brothers and sisters instead of fighting the real enemy. That is why today what you see on the social media is really heartbreaking. You see blackmail. Blackmail that we are seeing is not blackmail that is coming from the enemy, but blackmail that is coming from our brothers and sisters. I'm very well, thank you so much, my sister. Blackmail that is coming from our own brothers, our own sisters, our own fellow agitators. People who we are supposed to be fighting the same cause and pursuing the same thing with. They have turned around and begin to pursue us. That is so sad. It is so sad. Most of you must have seen the information that is going viral and going all around. I didn't want to talk about it. I never wanted to talk about it because talking about it is promoting it. That is why I let it lie low. I don't post information about it because it's irrelevant. For a Biafran to wake up and begin to blackmail his own fellow Biafran up to the extent of calling for the arrest of his own fellow Biafran who has not committed any crime. The same thing that was done against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. That is what fellow Biafrans are planning against their own Biafran people. And when we are asking for the freedom of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, you join us to shout for the freedom of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. How can you join us to be calling for the freedom of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu when you are at the same time planning for the kidnap of your own brother? People who claim to be freedom fighters. You are planning for the kidnap of your own brother who is fighting for the same thing that you are fighting for. Your own brother who is asking for the freedom of your people. Your own brother who is crying on daily basis. Who is fighting to see that the voice of Biafra is being heard. Instead of you supporting him, you are busy demonizing him. And you are busy planning on how to bring him down or how to make sure that you crush him. It is sad. It's a very sad situation and we must not allow this to continue. That is why I have to speak about it. You see some group of people saying they are writing a letter to Finland to arrest our brother Simon Epa. That is very laughable. It's very laughable. Every single one of us know that such kind of letter will not be effective. It's just a waste of time and another blackmail and distraction. Such can never take place. But why it is heartbreaking is that for a Biafran who have seen the way Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped from Kenya, who has seen what we are facing for the freedom of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, instead of you now demanding for the freedom of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, you're not challenging your energy, planning for the kidnap of another person. You are not planning for the kidnap of another of your brother. How does that sound or look good in your ears? How does it sound good in your ears? How does it look good in your eyes? You that you're supposed to be protecting your own people, you are blaming the Janjaweed for kidnapping Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. You are blaming the politicians for kidnapping Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. You are blaming the enemies for kidnapping Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. At the same time, you are now plotting the kidnap of your own brother, who is fighting for the freedom of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, who everybody know that he's genuinely talking about the freedom of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Instead of you standing with him, crying along with him, pursuing the agenda with him, you are busy demonizing him and calling him all manner of names, telling us that you wrote a petition against him. Petition that is filled with lies. Petition that is filled with deceit. And you yourself that is watching me, you know that very well. You know that your petition is filled with lies and deceit. You claim that Master Simon Epa is the one causing the insecurity in Biafra land. He's the one sponsoring the unknown gunmen. A blatant lie, something that you yourself know that is a very big lie. While Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was with us, the unknown gunman has been always available. The unknown gunman has been there while Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was around. They were there. And Mazen Nnamdi Kanu came out openly to say that these people doesn't have anything to do with Biafran. They are not Biafrans. They are not IPOBs. They are not members of IPOB. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu say he doesn't have any communication with them. He doesn't have anything to do with them. He's not in charge of their movement or whatever they do. They are on their own. But as long as they are fighting their own enemy, they are not fighting against the Biafran people, that he doesn't have any issues with them. His own issue and responsibility is to protect Biafran people. And since the unknown government are going for their own vengeance or whatsoever, going after the same enemy that we are fighting against, we have no problem with them. But we are not in control with them, neither are we working with them. That's a statement that was made very, very clear and direct by our spirit leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And after this information is in the public today, you see people who claim to be Biafrans, fellow Biafrans, people who claim to know better, people who are supposed to be fighting along with Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, who claim to be standing with Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and fighting the same cause with Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. They are the people today who are standing out to begin to demonize Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, to begin to call Mazen Nnamdi Kanu names. You don't know that every allegation you are bringing against Simon Empire, you are equally bringing that allegation against Mazen Simon. You are bringing against that allegation against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Whatever allegation, whatever petition today you are writing against Simon Empire, you are equally providing evidence and giving evidence to the Janjaweed Caliphate. You are equally supporting them. You are just condoning what they are doing, and you are just sanctioning whatever they have said against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to be right. That is how low some of us have gone. That's how low some of us can go. Because of our selfish interest, because of our wickedness, because of our hatred and arrogance. It is sad, but that is the situation we have found ourselves. That's the situation we have found ourselves, but it's really, really sad. How long shall we continue on that path? How long shall we continue on this path of destruction, this path of failure, this part of evil, this part of deception? Instead of us supporting that which is good, you'll be supporting evil. You're supporting everything that is wrong. Supporting the death of your own brother, supporting the destruction of your own brother. Look at you, accusing Simon Emperor of one crime or the other. Even when you know that chief security officer in that very contraption called Nigeria, the main man who is doing the killing, has come to confess. Even recently in a video, the man who is doing the killing has confessed today that he's fighting against his own fellow politicians. Hope Uzodinma, on a video that most of you have seen, confessed in a video that the insecurity in Biafra land, mainly Imo State, is being caused by the politicians, that it is politically motivated. Every insecurity you see in the Southeast is a political war between the APC and PDP, between Hope Uzodinma and his group. And instead of Hope Uzodinma going against the people who claim that are fighting him, he's busy going against the Biafra people. And my question to Hope Uzodinma, since Hope Uzodinma knows that the people who are perpetrating this evil are politicians, why is he killing the ordinary people? Why is he taking the life of ordinary Biafrans? Why is he taking the life of innocent Biafrans for no just cause? Innocent Biafrans are losing their lives on a daily basis. Why are you taking the life of innocent Biafrans? Why? You have come out several times to tell us that you know people who are doing the killing, you know their sponsors, you know where they are. But instead of you providing these sponsors or calling them by their names or arresting the perpetrators of this evil, you will not do it. You are busy going after innocent people, burning the home of innocent Biafrans. We have not seen in all the homes that we have been burned by your so-called military, by the monsters you have sent against your own people. All the homes that have been, we have not heard that those homes they are burned were owned by unknown gunmen. The businesses that were destroyed, we never heard that they are owned by unknown gunmen. But in every indication, we saw that it is the military that are going around destroying the homes of people, burning their properties. Nigerian military are the one going around destroying properties, taking the life of innocent people and destroying their homes. Every single one of us knows it. No, it is no longer a news. Everybody knows it. We see it on video. How they destroy properties, burn houses, and take life of innocent people. People who are in their homes. This is what Hope Uzodinma is doing. And his fellow politician. And he confessed to it. On Easter Day, in his Easter broadcast, he confessed to it. That the whole insecurity you see, that nobody should blame IPOB for anything. Hope Uzodinma, in his own mouth, said nobody should blame IPOB. But yet, you see people coming out to begin to blackmail their own brother. You see people coming out to say they are writing memo or they are writing whatever they are writing against their own brother. That he is the one causing the insecurity. When the evidence is overwhelming, the evidence is out there for everybody to see. Unknown gunmen has been there. It was established by the politicians. Even while Mazen Nandekano was with us, Mazen Nandekano made it categorically clear that he doesn't have anything to do with unknown gunmen. He doesn't have control over them. He is not in charge of them. He doesn't speak with them. He doesn't have any communication with them. He said it time without number. That whatever unknown gunmen is doing, they are on their own. As long as they are not fighting against Biafrans. As long as they're not fighting against Biafrans, they are fighting their own war. And from all indication, it seems somehow that we have the same enemy as they, even though we have different approach. The IPOB, the ESN have a different approach. The unknown gunmen have their own different approach. We have we have no contact with them. We are not in control of them. They are in control of themselves. This is what our Sumila Maden Nandekan have said, and everybody knows it. Hope Uzodinma confessed to it. But after all this confession and everything, yet you see some people out of wickedness, we turn around and begin to support the caliphate. We begin to twist the story. Twist the story to blackmail their own brother. To blackmail their own brother who is genuinely fighting a just cause. They blackmail him. They demonize him. They call him names. And you think it's going to be well with you. It will never be well with you. It will not be well with you. As many as are trying to delay the coming of Biafra, as many as are trying to delay the freedom of Biafran people, as many as are trying to delay and distract our freedom, you can never delay it or distract it. You can't. Biafra must be free. Biafra must be free. And I thank Chukwu Okike that Chukwu Okike were using so many people to speak. Even when you try, you can be able to suppress it or oppress the people. They cannot be able to. Chukwu Okike will use another loud voice to speak. And recently, many of us have watched the video was made by Farambaka. Farambaka have taken the mantle as the Desmond Tutu. of our own time. Father Mbaka have taken the mantle at the despotism of Biafra. And for those of them who say they don't know why we are sitting at home, Soludo and co, they should go and listen. Go and listen to the broadcast of Father Mbaka during the Easter period. Go and listen to the broadcast of Father Mbaka. When you listen to the program, then you will come and have your answer. For Soludo, who say he wants to make peace, he wants to stop sit at home, go and listen to Father Mbaka. How to stop sit at home. Father Mbaka has given you the clue. He have told you the secret, how to stop the sit at home. And for those who are preaching against the ESN, talking all trash against ESN, Father Mbaka also have confessed the effect of ESN. Father Mbaka have confessed to the effect of ESN, that it was only in these recent days that our farmers are able to farm effectively in their farms. Since the establishment of ESN, that was when the Biafran farmers were able to farm. Reverend Father Mbaka confessed to that. The effectiveness of the ESN. But yet, the criminal politicians that are supporting the caliphate have decided to continue to blackmail the ESN with all manner of lies. They are blackmail, they push their blackmail, and Biafran people embrace ESN and continue to sponsor ESN. They couldn't bear it. They went and began to bring Boko Haram by themselves. Biafran politicians, Biafran land politicians, mainly politicians in Southeast, they went and connived with the Janjaweed to bring Boko Haram to begin to kill their people. Just to make sure that they remain relevant. Just to make sure that they demonize the ESN. How long shall they continue to do that? And they think they will get away with it. It will never be well with all of them. As many as are perpetrating that evil, as many as are concocting that evil, it will never be well with them. No matter how they try, no matter how they pretend, they will never succeed. They will never ever succeed. The Biafrans will continue to sponsor the ESN, will continue to support the ESN, and I will continue to do the needful. I thank Chukwu Okike that every time when it feels that as if the voice is coming from one side and people are not hearing, Chukwu Okike will use someone from somewhere to speak. That was how he spoke last time through Kanaya Okanaya. Today, Father Mbaka have taken up the mantle. And he has also went ahead to tell you the effectiveness of the work our brother Simon Ekpa is doing. The effectiveness of the work our brother Simon Ekpa is doing. That is to show you who is doing work and who is doing what. To show you who is working for the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and who is not working for the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is now clearer than ever. It is now clear who is working for the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and he is not working for the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Some people are busy talking about structure. Some are busy talking about command and control. Some are busy blackmailing, busy preaching all manner of nonsense along the line. Some are busy preaching about names or name calling. Some are busy talking about Idua and all whatnot. Why don't you focus on one thing, which is freedom? Focus on your freedom. That should be the only thing that bothers you. The only thing that should bother you should be your freedom. Focus on your freedom. How are you going to be free? How is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu going to be freed? That is supposed to be our headache and nothing else. But unfortunately, people who are supposed to know refuse to know. People who know claim they don't know. People who are supposed to be piloting the movement are now filled with jealous envy and hatred. And Chukwu Okike by himself have removed the mantle from their hand. Chukwu Okike have made his own choice. Chukwu Okike today is fighting the battle by himself. That is why when this thing was starting, my brother Simon Ekpa came and said that the time will come when the struggle will be on autopilot. And today, the struggle is on autopilot. It's an autopilot. That was how the issue of autopilot came along. And people now begin to call everybody that is genuine. Once they see you, you are genuine and you're sincerely fighting for the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and for the freedom of Biafran people, they will call you autopilot. That was how the name came about. Nobody came and began to inaugurate it. Nobody inaugurated the name. It is the same those people who are trying to create havoc, who are trying to create destruction that created that name. They were the one that created the name. And since they created the name, they feel is the best way for them to create the name. They were the one that created it. Say, okay, so be it. Then we embraced it. They created the name and they hyped it. They promoted it. And today, everybody is talking about it. That is why it is said that all things work for good to them that love Chukwu. Everything your enemy plans against you will turn for your own good. Everything that the enemy is planning against Biafrans, we always turn for our own good. That is why we must not relent in our effort. Anything we are doing, we must continue to do what we are doing. Continue to do anything you know you are doing. Continue to do it and do more. Hold strong on what you are doing. Don't look back. Everything is going to work for our own good. Every of their attack, every of their blackmail, every of their propaganda, at the end of the day, it will be a promotion for Biafrans. As long as you are genuinely fighting for Biafra, as long as you are genuinely fighting for Biafra and pursuing this Biafra cause, do not be scared. Don't be afraid. Everything will turn for your own good. Every cause you've been caused will turn for blessing to you. Every propaganda will turn to promotion. Don't be deterred. And that is exactly how it's going to be. Because the hand of Chukwu Abiyama is in the struggle. He has chosen those he wants to choose. He has chosen those to work with. And that work will continue to go on. Chukwu Abiyama only has made us whom we are. He is one that has set the standard. And we are following that standard. Chukwu Abiyama gave us Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to lay the foundation. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu laid that foundation of truth. Laid that foundation of truth, and he told us that the only way to maintain the struggle is to be consistent in whatever we are saying and whatever we are doing. And that is why we have remained consistent all this while. Consistency remains the key. Be consistent in whatever you are doing. Anything you are doing, remain consistent. Don't be shaken. There's going to be death. There's going to be destruction. There's going to be obstacles. There's going to be failure. There's going to be all manner of blackmail. They will call you names. They will call you terrorists. They will call you so many names, but do not be deterred. That was the advice of Ashino Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And he reminded us that people who are being celebrated today in this planet Earth, majority or almost all the people that are being celebrated today, they have been called terrorists at one time or the other when they were fighting a just cause. So why must we be scared of being called such when you know that that's not what you are? You know what you're fighting for. Whatever you are doing is any act you are doing to protect yourself is not an evil thing. Self-defense is your right. Is your right. Self-defense. Even their government, you have seen their governors, you have seen even the minister of defense in that country of Nigeria telling people to defend themselves. The minister of defense of that in that contraption called Nigeria told the people to defend themselves. So why are you going to fold your hands and allow them to kill you? You have the right to defend yourself. Everybody, every Biafran have the right to defend themselves at all times. And you must have to be ready to defend yourself. Don't allow your life to be smoked out of you. Don't allow your life to be played with. Protect yourself any way you can. Protect yourself. Don't give up. No matter the stress, no matter the attack, no matter the blackmail, do not give up. Stand your ground at all times. Stand your ground. If you're sincerely a Biafran and you're sincerely looking for your freedom, I tell you, everybody that's watching the video, this is not the time for blackmail. This is not the time for gossip. This is not the time for blackmail or gossip. This is the time for us to focus. The unknown gunmen is real, but they are politically built, politically sponsored. Unknown gunmen is a political movement. They form it to make sure they continue to disrupt each thing in Biafra land. The unknown gunmen, every single one of them, they are politically motivated. And I'm not just saying it. A governor have said it. Even in the Easter, just celebrated Easter of yesterday, a governor said it. That the insecurity is being caused by politicians. But the worst thing is that this person that is saying this chief security that is saying this thing, no, he has been saying it from day one, but he has not been able to point these people out. He knows them. And what he has to do is he start going after innocent people. Start going after Biafrans. All those women and children they kill, what is the business with their politics? Only because they are Biafran. That is why Hope Uzodinma we go and call military and unleash military on the innocent Biafrans. Innocent citizens, just to prove a point, just to prove a hard man. It is not going to be well with him, no matter how they try. Chukwu Kabiama is going to fight our battle, and very soon, they will all regret whatever they have done. They will pay dearly. None of them will go free. May Chukwu Kabiama guide and protect everybody who have watched this video. Please share the video on your platform. Share the video to family and friends. Share the video and reach out anybody you can reach out. This is not the time to relent in our effort. This is not the time to back down. This is the time to fight more than ever. We have to continue to do the needful. Let us continue to pray for our brothers and sisters in Biafra land. We must continue to pray for them because they are the ones facing the bullet on a daily basis. We must have to continue to pray for our brothers and sisters. It's not easy. They are facing a great challenge. Chukwu Okukabia will continue to protect them. No weapon formed or fashioned against our brothers and sisters in Biafra land shall prosper. May Chukwu Okukabia guide and protect every Biafran. Guide and protect every Oduduwa. Guide and protect everybody that is genuinely fighting for freedom. Chukwu Okukabia will guide and protect all of them. Thank you so much for joining wherever you are joining from. Thank you so much for joining. We don't have to relent in our effort. We must continue to stand firm. It doesn't matter the blackmail they bring. It doesn't matter the propaganda. It doesn't matter the angle they come from. Whatever weapon they throw against you, do not look back. Continue to look forward. Don't expect your enemy to call you a good name. Don't expect the enemy to call you a good name. But the most people that will suffer most are those Biafrans, those who claim to be agitators and they are fighting against their own brother, blackmailing their own brother. People who don't have conscience. We are here crying about the kidnap of Mazen Nandekano, and you are there plotting another kidnap of another person. You are plotting the kidnap of your own brother. Your own brother. Now it's not Janjaweed again that is plotting. You are plotting to go and kidnap someone in Finland. You want to blackmail someone in Finland. You think it's going to work? How is it going to work? Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining Biafra. How can it work? All the blackmail you're pushing forward, instead of you channeling that energy, the energy you channel to write petition against Simon Ekpa, why don't you channel that energy to write petition against the caliphate on what is happening in Biafra land? Channel that energy to write against Hope Uzodinma, write to United Nations, write to human rights about what is happening in Biafra land, the lives have been taken. You have all the time and all the resources to begin to write and begin to talk about irrelevant things. A petition that you know would not go anywhere. Do you think that you want someone else down more than the caliphate want him? The caliphate that kidnapped us in that kind of way, if they have any opportunity to kidnap someone else, they will do it. You think you can write better than them? You can speak or you can write better. You have a better representation than them. You don't have a representation more than them. They have all these resources, but yet they can't be able to penetrate because Chukwu Okukabia is with him. And you think your distraction is going to, you are just distracting him. You are just being a distraction. Each time he's making a move to bring out a solution or bring out a suggestion on what is going to work for Biafran people, you bring distraction from one angle or the other. Distraction, that is what it is. That is why I don't want to talk much about it or begin to spend my time or post things about it. All those things you posted, how can you defend it? You are here watching. You begin to play someone else on the run. Run to where? Run to where? You that is writing a petition have no address, have no registration, have nothing whatsoever. You are writing a petition against your brother. You are writing a petition against your brother, but you yourself are writing that petition. We don't know whom you are. You have no address. You have no identity. But somebody who has volunteered to stand firm and fight for Biafran people, you are there demonizing him, distracting him. And you think it's going to be well with you. It will never be well with you. And Chukwu Okukabia is going to visit you very, very soon if you don't repent. If you don't repent, Chukwu Okukabia will visit you. You cannot stop our movement. You can't push us back. We are moving forward, and our destination is freedom. Biafra must be free. Biafra must be free. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, no matter your propaganda you bring from east, west, north, and south, Biafra must be free. We must be free by all means possible. We must be free. Thank you so much for watching wherever you're watching from. I appreciate everybody who have shared this video, everybody who have joined and contributed in one way or the other. I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect you. Every one of us that is watching this video, we will see Biafra. We will celebrate in Biafra land, and we will lift the Biafran flag. Biafra is coming very, very soon, sooner than you expect. Don't mind all the blackmail and distraction. They are fighting their last battle, and we are winning. And very soon, Biafra will come. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, see you again tomorrow by the special grace of Chukwu Okike Abiyama. Bye-bye.